Hello. It's 10:30. I think today's day 13. Um I almost didn't do this. It's 10:30 p.m. Today was a little crazy, to be honest with you. There was a lot of stuff going on in my life, a lot of changes and a lot of some overthinking. Uh, and you know, being on this freelancer journey is can be, an emotional roller coaster sometimes, and it's such a different default default of life, I feel like, than just having a regular 9 to 5 job. I think everyone's different. I don't know if this path is good for everyone and vice versa. Um and the cool thing about this path is you get to kind of choose your own adventure and you learn a bunch, and um but you also come into contact with like stuff that is like deep rooted and stuff you need to just face head on to get to the next level. And that's what I'm kind of realizing with kind of the way I perceive my own work. That's what I learned today. And without getting into it, even though we spent a minute and a half, I just want to share. Who gives a fuck? This is my YouTube channel. All right. If you're watching, I appreciate you. And I truly appreciate the people that take the time to even like these videos. I'm clearly a beginner at this, but I'm down to learn, and only going to get better. So, with that being said, this intro, this rather personal intro, let's get right into it. Let's get into today's breakdown. All right. So, I'm going to make myself a little smaller today. Thanks for I forget the username. I'm sorry, but someone did give me feedback. I really appreciate it and said they would prefer to have this on the side. So, ask and you shall receive. I know you guys want to see a bigger frame of me, of course. I'm just kidding, but yeah, this should work for now. So, so this is from Dan Henry from getclients.com. He has a whole funnel about like writing like Dan Kennedy, and he's like just a big time marketer. And I've been receiving his emails lately, and they're very storytelling heavy. So this one in particular gets right into it, and you'll see how he connects it to his offer. When I was 15 years old, I almost got into a near fatal plane crash. So he's setting the stage um, right into it, right? He's kind of starting in the middle of the story. And it taught me about everything I needed to know about making a great offer. So that's like his this whole thing is like the hook. Like it's like what? You got in a plane crash and has to do with making a great offer. You read that and that's just a really good first few sentences that are gonna make you want to read more. They're gonna entice you to be like, what I want to learn more at the very least. I want to what's the connection there? What's going on? So we were flying a tiny prop plane. Sorry, I'm like I can't really fucking breathe right now. This I made some chicken and I think I burned it a little bit, and I'm like breathing in burnt chicken fumes. Whatever. We were flying a tiny prop plane from Miami to Tampa after a family cruise. The pilot passed out during landing, and the co pilot had to take over at the last second. Our wing hit the ground. We slammed hard on the runway and nearly skidded right off. It freaked me out so bad I didn't fly again for over a decade. So, here's the little story. It's very, um, just like visual, you know? It just says, you know, the pilot passed out. This is kind of like if you look at it from the lens of like a hero's journey, or like, I guess you could say a just like a regular a plot, right? Like any other plot, like this is the friction, or the problem, right? Pilot passed out, co-pilot had to take over. Our wing hit the ground. We slammed hard on the runway and it nearly skidded right off. So notice how he's not saying once upon a time there once was a boy. I think when we tell stories, I know I've, you know, would do that sometimes. It's literally three sentences from the whole story. And that's really all you need for your emails, right? Most of the time, unless you want to get a little more descriptive. But he's trying to make a point here. So, chicken fumes. It freaked me out so bad, I did not fly again for a decade. I missed countless opportunities, speaking events, masterminds, all because of my fear of flying. And one day I decided to take flying lessons to face my fear head on. That's the hero's journey, right? Like he's like, yes, he has the problem now is that he's scared, and he's gonna face the challenge. Once I truly understood how planes worked, what turbulence really was, and all that jazz, my fear of flying disappeared. And there you go. He resolves it. It's like music, right? Tension, 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 resolve. Tension, 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 resolve. And he's just doing like little micro versions of that. So here's the thing, I see that same paralysis when people try to create offers. So that's the bridge. He's connecting this now to something else. We're not at the churn quite yet. I would say the churn is when he's like really close to the CTA towards the end of the email. But he's saying, you know, people are trying to create offers, and people have that same paralysis. You're scared because you don't understand the mechanics behind what makes an offer great, and that fear is keeping you from growing your business. So let me fix that right now. I recently saw an interview on founder with Casey Zeman of Easy Webinar, a popular webinar software. So authority as proof, it's true, right? He's using authority here. Like what I mean by that is he's making a point, not just by saying, take my word for it. He's saying this person, the founder of Easy Webinar, which I don't know much about, but I assume it's done well if he's mentioning it here. A popular webinar software. He's using him as an authority figure. So whenever you're trying to make a point, you'll see that there's really a few, I guess you could say mechanisms, but a few different kinds of influencing someone, a few different styles, right? You could say you can use an authority, you can use social proof, you can use liking, reciprocity, and there's a couple other. So I talk about this a lot, but this is like all marketers use this. This is from the book Influence by Robert Cialdini, but that's all he's doing right here. Right? Kind of rambled right there, but I hope that makes a better point. They asked him, what is the highest converting webinar you have ever seen right now, and why? His answer is dead simple. The most successful webinars and offers show you a path to success, then offer to do it for you, with you, or make it easier and faster. See, most of us make the mistake of selling our product or service, but what we should be selling is the path for our clients to get what they want. So this is the value, the key insight of this email. This is like, right? This is like almost like the pressure release, right? Now the person's getting some value from the email, and this is, I can relate to this, where you're selling the thing itself, but you're not really thinking of the solution you're selling, like how you can get them there, the path to get them there. That makes it much more real for them, because when you're just selling the thing itself, it's almost like another concept that they don't even know that they can get there. But if you sell them the path, it all becomes more real. Hmm. Here's the secret. If you can show your clients a clear path to success and get them to fully believe this path will get them what they want, then offering to help them walk that path just makes sense. It breaks down like this: done for you. So if you're a professional doctor, lawyer, financial planner, agency owner, you're offering to handle everything. Done with you, if you're a consultant, a coach, you run events or workshops, you're offering to guide them through it, etc. If it's made easier, faster, you have an online course, software, etc. You're offering shortcuts to success. These are really the only three things you can sell besides physical products. And even winning physical products like supplements follow this framework. The key: focus on pitching the path to success, not your product. So he's reinforcing that key point again, right? Selling the path, selling the path. So let's just go back for a second. Look at these email breakdowns aren't just me reading, I hope at least, reading something off a fucking Word doc. We're connecting these dots that these marketers are doing. These email copywriters, these marketers, whoever's really writing these, right? Starting with a story, starting with a way to hook their attention. And we've seen in a few emails, right? And then, connecting it at some point to the point they're trying to make, and offering and giving value to the reader as they continue to read. It's entertainment, it's infotainment, right? And then as they prove points, what are they doing? They're breaking it down and they're saying, this person with authority said this, that's why it's real. These people said this, that's why it's real. These are the results, that's why it's real. You can't make any points without backing it up nowadays. That's just the reality. You're only as good as your results. Like in the internet, at least. Bless you, you're an amazing being watching this, but if you're trying to sell shit, you're only as good as your results. So once they believe in the path, paying you to help them take it becomes the only logical choice. So almost like a little future pacing here, a little like realizing the dream. Like if I can get these people to believe in the path, and it's the only logical choice. That is how you freaking sell. Now, our next epic pitch challenge is getting closer by the day. I want to teach you this at a high level because I've helped so many people hit 7 and even 8 figures using these principles. Don't worry, I keep the challenge affordable. So there's our churn. Finally, he brought it to his product, connected to his product. He said, you can click here to check it out. Tomorrow, I'll share one of my clients did over 200,000 in sales with just 60 people on a Zoom call. Again, results, proof, boom. Crazy part, it all came down to changing the name of his method. Then everything exploded. So you read that and you're like, what? This is insinuating that if I change a few things with my business, things could just, something as simple as that could, change my results, give me better results. Small hinges swing big doors. Like that's real. That's a real thing. Small hinges swing big doors. So there you go. That's today's email. It's a good storytelling email, bridging it to his product, and then finally the churn. So this is like I'd say story and value, like connecting the story to the value. Sometimes I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I'm like, what do we call this one? But you'll see it in the title here. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and again, I appreciate you guys just taking the time. If you're out there and you're just trying to figure it out, I it's gonna work out. Just stay the course. Keep putting in the reps, and the universe, God, whatever you believe in, will provide. All right. We made it. Peace.